Hello students, today's topic is fiber to fabric. In this topic, first of all, we will be dealing that what do we understand by the fibers, then how can this fiber can be converted into various kinds of clothes that can also be termed as fabric, and finally we will be dealing with the various kinds of fibers that are available to us. So let's start with the definition or the discussion with fiber. Basically, this fiber is defined as the very fine thread or filament which is used to make clothes. In the process of making clothes, this very thin thread that I have termed as fiber is further spun into fine yarn, and this yarn, by the process of knitting, weaving or sewing, it is further converted into various kinds of clothes. So the definition of this fiber is, it is very simple thread or the filament. And as I have talked about the process of formation of clothes, so in this process, first of all we start with fiber. By the process of spinning, it is converted into a group or the spool of fibers that is converted into yarn. This yarn, by the various process, either we can knead this fiber or knead this yarn. So by the process of knitting or weaving, or by the process of sewing, it is converted into various kinds of textiles, various kinds of clothes. Now, if we talk about the various kinds of fibers that are available to us, then all these fibers can be further classified on the basis of their source. So that is the classification of these fibers. And this classification of fibers is on the basis of their source. On the basis of source, fibers can be further classified in three categories. The very first category is of natural fibers. Opposite to this, those fibers which we prepare in the laboratory are termed as synthetic fibers. And those fibers which contain the intermediate properties of these two are termed as semi-synthetic fibers. So basically fibers can be classified in three categories: natural, semi-synthetic and synthetic, and this classification is based on the source of these fibers. Now as we discuss these categories, so the name natural fiber, it indicates that the source must be natural. If the fiber we obtain from the nature and the source is natural, source is nature, the source may be plant that is present in nature or the animals that are available by the nature to us, then these fibers that are obtained by nature are termed as natural fibers. Now, as I said that in nature, to get these fibers, either we can use plant or we can get these natural fibers from the animals. So on the basis of this, these natural fibers are further classified in two categories, and the categories are, it is classified in as the plant fiber or as the animal fiber. Plant fiber, as the name indicates, this is those fibers that we get from plant. For example, if I talk about the kind of plant that's called flax, the fibers that we obtain from this flax plant is termed as flax fiber. And this flax fiber is an example of natural fiber. In the natural fiber, it is an example of plant fiber. Same as if I talk about the cotton fiber that we get from cotton plant, or if I talk about the jute plant from which we get the jute fiber, then these are the examples of plant fiber. Other than this, if the fiber we are getting from the animal, such as if I talk about the woolen fibers, it is wool, and the second one, if I talk about the silk fiber that we get from the silk moth, that is an animal, so this fiber will be termed as animal fiber. Just opposite to this, if the fiber we do not get from the nature, and these fibers, if they are prepared by man, then these fibers are termed as synthetic fibers. So these are prepared by man. Since these fibers are prepared by man, that is why these synthetic fibers can also be termed as man-made fibers. Now, other than the natural fiber, these are not obtained naturally, these are not found naturally, and these are prepared artificially. That is why the another name for this synthetic fiber is artificial fibers. So that are the another terms can be used for the synthetic fibers, and the definition will be these fibers are prepared by man artificially in the laboratory. Now, if I talk about the examples of these synthetic fibers, then the nylon, it is the very first synthetic fiber prepared by the man. So it is an example of synthetic fiber. Other than this, acrylic, that can be used as a substitute of woolen fiber. If the natural wool that is quite costly, it is not affordable for some person, then we can use the acrylic fiber that is prepared in laboratory. So it is cheap as compared to woolen fiber, and its property resembles to wool. So other than this acrylic fiber, we are having one more fiber, that is spandex. It is considered as the most elastic fiber. So if we are to prepare the clothes with a very tight fitting, then we can use with very tight fitting or with very high elasticity, then we can use this spandex fiber there. And whether that one is nylon, acrylic or spandex, these three are the examples of synthetic fiber. Now, while doing the classification, as I have said initially, that this semi-synthetic fiber, it will be having the properties intermediate to natural and synthetic fibers. So if the fiber is obtained from the nature, the raw material or the source is nature. So if the source is nature, but the thing or the raw material that we are getting from nature, it can not directly be used to prepare fiber. If it needs to be modified in laboratory before the use, then this kind of modification, if the source is modified in lab, then these kinds of fiber which have the raw material get from nature and it is further modified in laboratory can be termed as modified natural fiber. And these modified natural fibers contains the properties of natural as well as of synthetic, as well as some properties of synthetic. That is why these are termed as the semi-synthetic fibers. The very first semi-synthetic fiber for which we have used the raw material from nature and it is further modified in laboratory was rayon. So this is known as the very first semi-synthetic fiber. Other than this rayon, the another example of semi-synthetic fiber is cellulose diacetate. This cellulose diacetate is prepared by the reaction of cellulose that we get from plants with acetic anhydride that we can perform in the laboratory, and this reaction is carried out in the presence of concentrated sulfuric acid. By the reaction we get the fiber that is cellulose diacetate, and this cellulose diacetate, since it contains the raw material from nature and it is further treated with the various reagents in the laboratory, that is why the cellulose diacetate can be taken as the example of semi-synthetic fiber. The same raw material is used for the another semi-synthetic fiber, that is rayon. For the formation of rayon, again we use the cellulose as the raw material, and this raw material is further treated with the various reagents like sodium hydroxide, carbon disulfide and the sulfuric acid in the laboratory. By the treatment of natural cellulose with different chemical reagents in the laboratory, we can prepare this rayon, and that is why it can be termed as a semi-synthetic fiber. Now, if I talk about the raw material or the starting material for the synthetic fiber, then as these are prepared in the laboratory, so we have to take some material. By the reaction of this material with another reagents, we can prepare this synthetic fiber. And to prepare these synthetic fiber, we use those chemicals generally which are of petroleum origin that we get by the frictional distillation of petroleum. These chemicals that we get from petroleum are termed as petrochemicals. Petrochemicals, these are the chemicals of petroleum origin. And these petrochemicals, they work as the raw material for all the synthetic fibers. So this will work as the raw material for the synthetic fiber. While if I talk about the natural fiber, so there we do not need any raw material, since this we get from the nature. So here now we will be discussing with some examples of natural fibers.